Jolyne Cujoh is the main protagonist of the 6th part of JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, Stone Ocean. She is the strong-willed and rebellious daughter of Jotaro Cujoh, one of the series' most iconic heroes. After being falsely accused of a crime, Jolyne is sent to Green Dolphin Street Prison in Florida, where she discovers her stand, Stone Free, a power that allows her body to unravel into string and attack enemies in creative ways. Throughout the story, she grows from a reckless young woman into a determined and courageous fighter who faces dangerous enemies, supernatural abilities, and the fate tied to her family's long battle against evil. Let's see how we can achieve her physique, strength, and combat style. First, her physique. I won't lie to you, Jolyne is skinny, very skinny compared to some female characters in other anime or manga. Once again, like I told in my Soundman video, the drawing style of Hirohiko Araki isn't helping. Women build muscle mass much slower than men, due to their lack of testosterone, which is the main factor when it comes to muscle growth. But there are upsides to being skinny. You can have sharp movements and use your body easily. But of course, since JoJo's Bizarre Adventure is mostly a slideshow, good luck finding good content for this. Yeah, we won't do a lot of muscle hypertrophy, because between strength and muscle mass, strength is dominant. Indeed, in every fight she seems to hit hard. I highly stand by the fact that her strength is more combat related, since normally she can't break a wall or fence, but with her stand, she does it with ease. So yeah, her physique is more strength focused than muscle mass focused, but one thing we can notice is her well-defined shoulders and overall definition. So we will do the bare minimum for muscle mass, but we will give more muscle mass to the shoulders, and we will maximize overall strength. Now the combat style. Obviously she uses her fist almost all of the time, with a few kicks here and there. Sadly, once again, the anime and manga don't go into details when it comes to fighting. It's rapid, mindless hand-to-hand fighting. I would have loved something with more acrobatics, more choreography, but I don't make the manga or the anime, so who am I to talk? They use a lot their stand and their power that comes with it, but this isn't achievable naturally, so we will skip this part. So her combat style is very fast and aggressive, something you find in MMA. Some kung fu styles also emphasize fast punches and kicks, but here she hits extremely hard. In my opinion, MMA is the best combat style for her, with kickboxing being the second best. I'll preferably choose MMA, but either way, be more punch focused than kick focused, and think about hitting hard and fast. Note that she uses her power to close distances fast and be explosive, but this we can train while fighting. So while fighting, try to be explosive too. And of course, stretch for your range of motion, your recovery ability, and also, stretching is good to avoid injuries. This is almost vital. Alright, here's the plan. You'll be doing 2 full body days and you'll have 2 sessions of MMA. Every workout day has the following structure. The exercise, the number of sets times the number of reps. I know what you may think, there are not enough sets. Wrong. Do you even imagine the load your nervous system has to take when lifting heavy weights? Let me tell you something. The nervous system recovers more slowly than the muscular system, and the nervous system recommends muscle contraction. So maybe your muscles did recover, but there is a great chance that your nervous system didn't yet recover. Since there are only 1 or 2 sets, go all in. Muscle adaptation only works if you go harder than last time. So here you don't have the choice. Every muscle will have 1 or 2 working sets per week, because if you add the MMA training, which is also a full body training, you're going to create more fatigue than your body could handle. The rep ranges are 5 to 6, 6 to 7, and 7 to 8. The 5 to 6 rep range is going to give you a lot of strength with just a touch of muscle mass. The 6 to 7 will give you more muscle mass than the 5 to 6, and will give a lot of strength too. And the 7 to 8 rep range is for me the sweet spot between muscle mass and strength. Okay, let's start with full body 1, squats. Doing squats at the beginning of the workout will give a testosterone boost for the whole day and for days to come. This will build overall leg strength and vertical pushing strength. Next, weighted pull-ups. This will build the back width and strength. Next, inclined bench press. This will target the upper part of the pecs and bring a nice and round shape to your pecs, making your upper body look bigger. This is also good for pushing strength. If you have a big rib cage, set the bench at an angle of 45 degrees, and if you have a normal rib cage, set it at around 30 degrees. After that, lateral raises. You can either do them with cables or the classic dumbbell lateral raises. This will create the round shoulders we want. Next, seated overhead press. I will recommend doing it with dumbbells and at an 80 degrees bench angle. This will create the endurance for your shoulders, punching strength, and of course, bring mass to the shoulders. And finally, cable overhead extension for triceps. I recommend the V-bar or the straight bar simply because the rope isn't quite the best for tricep strength. Alright, full body 2. Starting strong with Romanian deadlifts. This will build the posterior chain strength, vital for fighting, and will build hamstrings and glutes strength, primarily. The calves and lats will also be triggered, but it's nothing compared to the hams and glutes. Next, we have weighted dips. This will build the lower and middle part of the pecs, giving strength and mass to the pecs, frontals and triceps. After that we have bent over barbell rows. This will create the thickness of the back, and this will help with pulling actions, like bringing your arm back to strike harder. This will bring definition and mass to the upper back. Next we have once again lateral raises to create the round shoulders. Then reverse flies. You can either do them with cables or on the machine. This exercise will create even more definition in the mid-back, but will primarily target the rear delts, giving the final touch to the round shoulders. And finally, incline biceps curls. I recommend that you set up the bench at an angle of 45 degrees to get the sweet spot for contraction and stretch. This exercise will build the little biceps thickness we want. With all of this, there are some things you should know and apply. Always warm up before an exercise. 2 warm-up sets are the maximum and minimum amount I'll suggest. Just go light and warm up the muscle gradually. Rest for 2 to 3 minutes between every set, and that is even the warm-up sets. Always have a proper execution and don't ego lift. It'll damage your muscles more than anything else. Stretch on every rest day for 20 to 30 minutes. Once again, this is almost vital for this type of physique. And something that is vital is rest. So please keep the rest days. Do not add any workout or more combat training. Don't even add cardio. Just chill and stretch. You need to understand that with 2 MMA training days and 2 full bodies, your nervous system will fry if you don't let it rest. So give yourself enough sleep, enough rest, and don't smoke or drink alcohol. Indeed, alcohol and smoking are harmful for you as an athlete and will damage your recovery and overall body. And last but not least, try to give at least 1 day off between the workout days. Training for MMA will be hard on your nervous system, but giving a day off will help with recovery. And no cardio training, because the fights aren't long enough for us to need cardio. And the MMA training will provide the necessary cardio for your well-being. With all of this, you need some serious nutrition. You need to know your BMR and TDEE, and based on this, you need to figure out if you need to be on a cut, bulk or maintenance. I'll say Jolyne is around 13% body fat. I mean, she isn't ripped, so 13 will do it. If you are way above 13% body fat, be on a cut. If you are way under 13% body fat, be on a surplus. And if you are around 13% body fat, be on a maintenance or slight surplus to equilibrate with the mass gained. Your carbs and fat intake depends a lot on your diet, but your protein intake is easier. Just have, in grams, your body weight in pounds. So if you are at 150 pounds, have around 150 grams of protein daily. You can honestly ask an artificial intelligence to help you with nutrition, but if you want, I made 2 videos that talk about it. The first one talks about the basics of nutrition, macronutrients and micronutrients. And the second one talks about the gut-brain axis, the link between the brain and the gastrointestinal tract. And if you want to learn more about your muscular system, check out my video on the subject. And of course, I made other anime physique videos so that you can get inspired by another physique or make your own based on the models I provide. Ladies and gentlemen, that was everything I had to say. If you enjoyed, let me know it in the comments. If you want to see another physique on here, let me know it in the comments too. And we will meet next time for some other video. And like always, take care.